to do or not to do should you start a new small business? Chapter number 5 and the 5 small business keywords that we're going to discuss today are creativity, creative marketing, differentiation, communication, and prioritizing. The 5 small business keywords, important things you must think about if you want to start a new small business. And we certainly encourage you to start a new small business and use the social marketing, social network technology that is available to you. It's working for us. No reason why it can't work for you, as long as you do some of the things I'm going to talk about right now. Creativity. Because there is so much going on in today's world and our access to information is endless. We have more access to information than I've ever seen. It's incumbent upon any individual who either has a business or wants to start a business, how creative can they be in their thinking. Creativity ties right into another keyword, and that is differentiation. How are you different than the next business on the internet, the next business across the street? If you happen to have a geography-based business idea. Differentiation is important because that's how people attempt to understand what it is that you do and what kind of value can you bring to their life. So there has to be something different. If it's something that already exists, it becomes more difficult for you to market, to convince somebody that they ought to be doing business with you and not the other individual. That doesn't necessarily come in pricing, and that's another thing that I think where many small businesses fail, because they feel that they have to be the cheapest price in order to differentiate themselves from somebody else. That's not the situation at all. Unless you are selling something purely like a widget, like a screw, like a bolt, where all bolts are pretty much the same. Occasionally we find something creative, something different, but when you have something exactly the same as somebody across the street or another website, that's when people will buy on price. And that's a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs starting a business make. Pricing is important, but pricing truly is what the market will bear. And the market will bear when they know they can assign some type of value and there will be some type of return on their investment. Be able to demonstrate and make that a part of your marketing, the return on investment, whatever it might be. It might be in dollars and cents, it might be in value, time saved, efficiency, whatever. Be prepared to show and demonstrate a return on investment. Communication. Communication is key to whatever we do in life, not just starting a business. The relationships that we have with other folks, with other people, with our friends, with our family, strangers. it's about how do we communicate with one another. And I think not less than 3, maybe 4 times today, I made the statement that communication is not very good on this particular matter. Let's either fix the communication, make it better communication, or let's get rid of it. But that's the art of marketing, is how well you can communicate the message of what it is that you do, highlighting that value, that return on investment that you bring with your product or your service. Prioritizing. Once again, it's a life lesson and not just a business lesson, that we must be able to prioritize those things which are very important and be able to rank them in 1, 2, 3 ABC fashion. Those are the priorities. So you take care of the most important things first and work your way down to the least important things. That is a challenge. It's a big challenge for people to prioritize what it is that needs to be done and what it is that they do. But you can't move forward in life and in the business idea that you have unless you establish those priorities and work them in that prioritized fashion. Don't worry about the things that are unimportant or unimpactful. And the fifth small business keyword that we should discuss is creative marketing. I think that's probably the greatest differentiating factor that I have had in my life, and that's my abilities to creatively market something. And that creativity doesn't necessarily mean that you have to create something new. It's how do you use available resources to get the attention of that individual that you want to be a customer. It comes by with creative marketing, and it's understanding as many of options that are available as you possibly can. For instance, today, when I talk about today, I'm talking about now as opposed to when I started in business over 40 years ago. Because of technology, we communicate differently. We communicate in communities. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we're in David's Barter. We communicate, we've broken down the universe into communities, and the technology that community employs, engages, is how we share with others in the community. Although our friends at Facebook have tried to put most of the world together in the Facebook community, and they are approaching 1 billion profiles. I was really far off in my projections. I thought unequivocally that when Facebook announced its IPO, its initial public offering in May, that they would have their 1 billionth profile by that time, but they haven't. Not only haven't they been able to accomplish that unbelievable objective, but they are now confronted with some really serious business concerns. And Wall Street is very concerned about Facebook's ability to deliver shareholder value. That's what it's all about. And that's kind of interesting when we think about, and when you talk about creativity and creative marketing. Right now, Facebook is coming out with all types of creative marketing. They have to get people's attention. They have to create a business model that generates profitable cash flow. And they're doing it to an extent that they're not doing it to other people's expectations, unfortunately. But creativity is so very important to the message of Facebook, and creative marketing. They are putting a little different spin on traditional search. I don't totally understand it yet. I'm studying it, but that's the things that they have to do. And keep in mind, that business is only 8 years old. It was only 8 years ago that Facebook started. A very short time, they've been able to achieve tremendous numbers. Is Facebook, let's go back to that discussion that we had about success. Are they successful? Yes. They're extremely successful. The vision of Mark Zuckerberg and what he was trying to achieve with his technology was one of the most fantastic stories of entrepreneurship that I've ever followed. However, people are challenging him right now, whether or not with his 28 years of age and 10 years or whatever of business experience, is he the right individual to be making the primary business decisions at Facebook? That's a challenge. So as big as they are, and as easy as one would think it is to make money, they're not satisfying other people. And I've heard that word success being used when, or lack of success being used when to describe Facebook. So, creativity, very important. Creative marketing. How do you take that creativity and how do you market it? How do you get the attention of the marketplace? You do it with creative marketing. Differentiation. How are you different? People don't necessarily need to do business with you if you're the same as somebody who's already there. How are you different? What's your value proposition? That's what they're interested in. Communication. What are your abilities to communicate? Not only to the marketplace, but to those folks who are working with you to develop whatever that business model might be. And prioritizing. How good are you at prioritizing what is important and pursuing those things that are important in that priority fashion versus wasting time on things that aren't important for your business?